can't rap to this.
Yeah, you can rap.
All right.
Let's do this.
All right. Yeah, me and Max, we getting paid every day. That's what we say. Let him hate. Hold on. Hey. Me and Max, we getting paid every day.
This kind of hard.
We getting paid. Hey. Let him hate. That's what we do. So it's fuck you if you intrude.
You hit that though. He said,
It's got two cross fingers.
in the cut. We don't give two shits and we don't give a fuck.
It's what we do. Ain't shit to prove. We living life to the max.
To the max. To the max. I be smoking shit. It's a track.
Living life to the max.
To the max.
Just like my podcast.
I actually ended up really liking that beat. Where we went on it.
All right. Welcome back to another episode of Life to the Max. It's Eric Dutcher, a.k.a. Erratic. We got Ross Capicchioni back in the building. Make some noise, Ross, so the camera hits you.
Oh, what's up, guys? Thanks for having me back.
Hell yeah. You know, we almost didn't want Ross back. Like, last time he ate all the food. He fucking smoked all our weed. I'm just
This
playing.
guy's a character, bro. For the record, I might have ate some food, but I bring my own weed every time.
Yeah. And it's all blessings. He drives how many hours to see us?
This was 6 hours, bro.
Bro, we appreciate you. And we're going to get right into your second interview right after the quad father spits that intro.
Paralyzed from the neck down, breathing through a machine, but that doesn't stop me from following my dreams and doing what I love to do. I don't got an excuse, and neither should you. Let's get into part 2 of Ross's episode.
Hell yeah. We don't have any excuses. Can I just tell a little story before you walked in the door? 10 minutes before Ross walks in the door, I'm getting ready. I'm setting up the cameras. I'm focusing everything. And I find out my dog goes through the trash and gets the medical waste. And he's eating Max's shit. And, you know, he's mixing it up. He's in there. I thought he was licking peanut butter off his nose. No, it was not peanut butter.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, I didn't know how to clean it. I kind of wanted to abandon the dog, you know. And so whatever, I'm dealing with that. And then simultaneously, 5 minutes after that, I look in the fucking bathroom and I'm flooding the bathroom on accident. I left the sink running so I could clean the shit, right? And when I walked away so that shit could heat up, I come back and I realize, damn, I'm flooding Max's bathroom. The sink came undone. His tenant comes running upstairs like, yo, the electrical room is getting flooded. What's going on up here? I'm like, wow. But you know what? This goes to show that shit happens. No pun intended. And, you know, sometimes it storms, but the sun always comes out. And Ross is the motherfucking sun. So we going to get in his story all over again. And we're going to get acquainted. And, you know, everything's going to be great. Yeah. My dog's breath is going to be bad for a week.
Yeah, that's fucked up, man. The shit like that.
Oh, it's nothing compared to your friend shooting, or your quote-unquote friend fucking shooting you 3 times, bro.
That was some shit, too. Literal shit.
But look, we're smiling about it years later.
Have to.
Me being in a car accident almost 8 years ago, you know, getting in this position. But, Ross, tell your story just like, you know, quick. If you guys want to hear like more like intricate, like more, if you want to hear more of his story, you can go to our first podcast that we had with him about 8 months ago from this podcast. But, yeah.
For the people that don't know about your story, you know, give a little background information of.
All right. So yes, sir. So 16 years ago, I got like asked to take a friend of mine to Detroit to get like numerous shit from his aunt's house. Everyone's like, oh, it was a drug deal, but really it wasn't. But yeah, he set me up to drive him down there. And then when we got there, he basically had like the gun and shit hidden. And it was just a murder plot. Like they set it up.
So that was one of my main questions, like from your story. Like, did he have that like stashed in a bush?
Yeah, that's the fucking like I don't even know.
Because you guys
like,
get to the destination, you guys get out, and then you turn your head and boom, you know.
basically that's what happened, and it's like weird to like open up like with my friend tried to kill me
after
like,
asking for a ride.
Yeah, for like months. So it's like
you're gonna make the listeners never want to carpool with anyone.
Well, you just got to know who you're with, but it's hard. I knew the guy for a long time, but yeah. So that's the thing, dude. I remember getting out of the car, and it was like by the time I walked to the back of my car, it was like he already had like the gun in his hand. Mm-hmm. I was like, then I heard the shot.
So did he shoot right away, or did he say anything?
No, he shot me right away. Basically, once I like kind of like realized that he was holding, you know, because it's like I'm in a new area. I'm just like kind of parked in a sketchy ass little alley, so I'm already like looking around, and I really don't notice what he's doing. The whole time he's like getting it all ready, and I kind of didn't even know.
It was a shotgun. Did you hear the initial or was it already loaded?
It was basically right, like once I seen him put the last bullet in, like he pointed it.
Oh, he was loading it.
Yeah. And I was like looking around, so I like the first glance, I probably didn't notice him like grabbing a gun from out the bushes. And then you're talking in like a 30-second to a minute span. You know what I mean?
Probably less.
Maybe less, probably less. And then that's when I heard the first shot go off, and then I noticed my arm all fucked up. And he was like maybe like 10 feet away holding the gun at me. So I like ran towards him, and that's when he shot me in the chest. And then he tried to blow my head off execution style, but I slapped the barrel away from the...
Because after he hit you in your chest, you ended up on your knees.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
You know what I would do? Like if I was in like war and shit and I'm about to die, I would totally put my blood all over that motherfucker.
He's giving you flowers
just like you did.
Now you got to tell the people what you did.
Well, that was it, dude. I didn't know what to do, and I was so fucking pissed. So I just tried to grab a hold of him. He was like the size that you are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like right now. So it was like
Ross has like a foot on me. Yeah.
Maybe
he
two.
Comes in fee fi fo fumming.
But no, that's basically what. And I was so pissed. Like, who the fuck are you? Yeah. I didn't do nothing to that kid to deserve that shit. People like to talk on the internet about shit, like, because they think they know everything. But it's like, for real, like, you ask any one of my people, my family, even like associates at that time, they would tell you that I was a good guy. I wasn't doing, especially not to do like, I didn't have to go to the east side of Detroit if I wanted weed or something.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because there's rumors saying it was about drugs and shit. Let the motherfuckers talk. The internet is so wide. If you read those comments, you'll drive yourself crazy.
Let me ask you this though. Say we were going to get some weed. I deserved to happen to me because I wanted to buy some weed. Like how many people buy weed all the time?
Yeah.
Or go to the liquor store or go to the strip club. They deserve to get shot down.
You can never have debates in the comments section of a viral video.
That's why I don't.
Because you never know what the IQ level is of the person behind that screen. They'll just be talking in circles.
Or the day they had. If they had a bad day, they try to take it out like, I'm really going to lose sleep if like some... You weren't fucking there. What the fuck? You have to deal with that shit.
Let's recap. So you get out the car. Boom. Arm hit. Damn.
I'm hitting
chest
arm.
hit. Damn. You get on your knees.
My
barrel on your head.
Life flashes before my eyes like a book. Memories of like me as a little kid running through my parents' living room, like shit that I can't remember to this day. Vivid pictures of it, but happening fast. And then it went back to like chaos feeling, ears ringing, adrenaline, and I felt the barrel shaking on the top of my head, so I slapped it away. And he had his hand on the trigger, so when I slapped it, it was like an inch away from my head, but he pulled the trigger. That was the last shot he had. And that's when he took the barrel, like the butt of the gun, and like hit me in the face with it, and I fell on my back. And he was like trying to get my keys out of my pocket. That's when I was trying to grab his ass and hold on to him.
Hold on. You got my mind racing again. So you swatted the barrel away. It basically grazed your skull, right?
Yeah, I mean, it hit me, but
you were still up.
Yeah, that's
to
how
the point where he had to hit you with the butt of the gun.
Well, I was on my knees, but me being on my knees, I was almost fucking looking him in the eyes still. Wow. You know what I mean? So it's like...
Damn. No, but the fact that blows my mind is you survived a fraction of a headshot.
No headshot, bro. My scar is pretty fucking gnarly. Now, don't get me wrong. If I didn't slap the barrel away, this fucking interview wouldn't even be going
Dude,
on.
if I get hit with a BB gun in the head, I'm going back. I'm falling to the floor.
Well, that's what I told myself. Once the shot went off, I could still see. I was like, all right, facts. Like, it's not as bad as it could be. I don't care if half my dome's missing. I can still see. That means, like, you know what I mean? Fuck it. I'm not dead, at least, like, because a headshot.
So then he hits you with the butt of the gun.
And that's when, like, I kind of, like, that little scuffle happens where I'm just, like, trying to basically grab him and just pin him down as much as I can because I was, like, heavier than I was way bigger than him, too. Not, like, you know, fucking, I didn't even talk to the dude. That's the fucked up thing because he got in trouble at our school for fighting a group of our friends. And he came up to me. He was like, "You got my back?" I'm like, "No, what? You're over here trying to fight random people for no reason." And that happens to be our group of friends, too. Like, what? What kind of movie are you living in?
I mean, it's crazy that you.
So he got expelled from school, and I didn't even know. So that's how he was trying to get me to go downtown because he would be like, "Yo, Miss McDermott said I could come back to school, bro. I was only suspended, but he was really expelled. Motherfucker was plotting on me. That's what people don't get. Like
I want everybody listening to imagine themselves in high school and try to imagine yourselves in these positions.
I lived in the fucking burbs, bro. I was born in Detroit, Michigan, but I lived in the burbs. Like, I used to go down there and shit. Like, don't get me wrong, we weren't perfect kids. But at that point, my junior year, that, like, week of leading up to that, I was your normal fucking 17-year-old kid, bro. Like, from the suburbs. I had 2 working parents. If you guys ever met my fucking dad, there wasn't really no fucking around going on at the crib, no drug deal. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, I fucked around as a kid and did stupid shit. But it's like, leading up to that, that's what I couldn't understand, like, what made someone think that they could, like, just wipe me off the face of the earth and no one's going to be like, yo, where did my son go? Or where did my fucking friend go? Yeah. A guy that's, like, usually all around, and I had jobs, like, at local places in our like, it's like, what the fuck?
For no reason.
For no fucking reason, bro. There's still, I don't know a reason. Like, I try to talk, like, obviously the dude didn't want to talk until he had to admit to what he did. But the other kid involved, I got to sit down with him one-on-one, and I said, I don't care about nothing, dude. I'm not going to, you guys think, like, I'm going to hurt you. It's like, I'm going to go to jail if I do anything to you guys. They already know all of us. It's like, what the fuck? How? It's not a movie, bro, where you can say, oh, I don't know him, and then you go with your bros and shoot his. No, this shit don't work like that. Especially in the suburbs. They're going to be like, hey, that guy's got his house shot up. Here, you're under arrest. You're the first, fucking suspect.
But man, that just goes to show, bro, there's shitty people. There's shitty and crazy people everywhere.
And that's the thing. This dude's 15 years old and premeditates a thing for, like, up to 3 months. And in the meantime, he's out of the picture because he's suspended, but he's really expelled, and he was back living down in Detroit. And meanwhile, I'm seeing the other guy around, and he's ducking me, like, literally running from me, hopping in cars, driving away. I'm thinking, what the fuck is wrong with that guy? Like, why is he acting so weird? Like, I'm out of here. He did it for.
So he's acting like that, and then he asks you for a ride.
No.
Oh,
That's the other dude.
This is the guy you called.
The guy that asked me for a ride's been just, like, trying to hit me up randomly, like, random 313 numbers call. Hey, bro, what's up? Can you take me today? It's like,
yeah.
No. Yeah, the guy that knew about it, like, was plotting with them to conspire it, would, like, see me at people's houses in the neighborhood and, like, hide and run away. And I'd be like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with that guy? Why is he acting like I'm going to hurt him or something?
Yeah, you left these details out in the first interview. I'm glad you got something new to put to it.
Because there's so much to it. That's the thing, bro.
Yeah.
There's so many different ways to bring it in. There's so much shit people don't fucking know about that they like to think they do.
So he hits you with the butt of the gun.
Yep.
And
then it, like, sends me to my back. And then it's like he's going through my pockets, which I didn't really have. I think it had, like, my car keys and maybe my phone. But I don't even think I had a phone on me because I just knew better going down there because, like, once I said yes, it was kind of like a fucking last minute thing too. Like, plans fell through. I was sick of getting blown up by him to take him. I felt kind of like a little bit like, all right, fucking, all that shit happened. You think, like, we're against you. You got kicked out of school even though you're fighting people. Fuck it, I'll go and we'll come back. So I usually would leave my wallet and everything home. I would drive the car with no license or nothing because I just knew, like, Detroit back in 07, it's still, like, not like this. No, I love Detroit, bro. You know what I mean? Like, but there's areas. Yeah, for sure. Lions, for sure.
I think every city, you know, they love their city, but there's always those parts you just know not to
I
go
just know that I don't belong there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that was a spot that he wanted me to take. I knew like I didn't belong on that side of town. So it was already off. But yeah, dude, it was strange seeing that fucking dude, and he would run from me, and I would wonder, like, well, why is he running from me? I'll come to find out, plotting to kill me for what? No reason. Like, there's court documents about, like, the cops would say that there's no reason behind this. This is some nuts, like, crazy shit, dude. Like, it was like, my only thing was, like, they were actually, like, kind of, like, maybe, like, jealous. But it's like, for what, though? Like,
Dude, it's whatever the reason is, it's mind-boggling that 15 or 16-year-olds.
The plot to 15, 14 and 15.
14, 15
I was only 17.
There's people that haven't even kissed a girl yet.
Bro, I wasn't even thinking of, like, are you kidding me? Murdering someone, like, out of nowhere? That still makes me, like, uncomfortable. And I'm like, you know, the only I would kill for my kids, no doubt, like my close family, no problem. But, like, just to, like, do that kind of, dude, could you imagine, like, flip it? Like, he's shooting me, I'm screaming for my life, trying to fight, I'm looking like a fucking, like, look at the 50-50 look like. That shit's probably fucking bothering to remember you try to put.
And normally, when someone first pulls the trigger, they're, like, in shock, like, fuck, I just shot someone. But he did it 3 times.
Yeah,
and then he physically assaulted you. That's different. That's personal. You know, any coward can flex their finger.
Oh, for sure.
Right?
Especially any coward can set you up and shoot you when you're not looking in the arm.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So what happened?
So yeah, he's trying to dig in my pockets. So eventually it would happen quick, but like I was able to fucking end up grabbing him, like I said, because he was in my pockets, and I was able to put my arm, like, grab him and pull him on me. And we did that little hug thing where I ended up from my back to my stomach. And he took off running, trying to pick up like the 3 shell casings and skirted off in my vehicle. But the thing is, I knew I was going down there too. So I left my truck on enough gas to get there and back. Because I knew I'm not stopping for gas down there. I'll stop when I get back to like normal shit for me to stop and get gas at and not stick out. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's what I was trying to say. Like, I love the city, man. I did a lot of cement work down there for a big place called Hart Plaza. It's like the main, like, park for downtown Detroit. I made like a lot of new skates, like old skate spots, more skatable by pouring. Like, so I love the city. People like try to say I hate it, but yeah, it was in a bad neighborhood, bro. So he left me there. I remember I was on my stomach, and I watched my truck drive off, and I was like, "Damn, dude, okay." And then that's when I tried to push myself off the ground, but I couldn't get up. I was too fucked up. So like probably like a series of like, this is all in my head, like 3 attempts of me and being like, kind of just like this. It's like, hey, you
got your voice in your head?
Hey, bro.
Yeah.
Get up. How the fuck are you going to feel no pain? You know, you just got shot. So like the last time I was like, fuck it, man. Let me just try to stand up, dude. I'll do whatever I can. I felt like arms like picked my ass up off the ground, because I thought he circled around and came back because he seen me get up maybe in the rear view. Yeah, but no, man, no one was even there.
No one was there.
No,
I told the nurse last night when I was clocking out that we got Ross coming back for a second time, and she goes, "Oh, that's the one who got picked up by an angel." That's the one detail that she remembers about you.
and that's 100%. Like, I'm not. Like, I can remember every moment of that incident down to like certain smells. Like if I go bird hunting with my dad, if the shotgun goes off, bro, yeah. I'm back into ears ringing. Damn. That fucking musky gunpowder smell gives me like a fucking deep chill. Fuck. But then I still love hunting though. Like, not gonna like, fuck yeah. Guns are not the problem.
I get that way during like car accidents when I see them like on like TV shows and stuff.
Oh, and if I'm watching a movie with Max and the car fucking flips and the roof collapses, I'm like, I look at Max like, you good?
For real, like I can watch Game of Thrones maybe because they use axes and shit, but like I watched Saving Private Ryan the other day, dude, and I was like, no, turning this shit off. It's like seeing people getting like hit and they're like, screaming. Because you ain't getting hit and you're just like, yeah. Nah, dude, you're fucking life or death going on. It's a whole different. Yeah. The sound of that is blood curdling. Grown man screaming for his life. You know, people don't understand about that. A lot of people see this shit through a fucking computer screen.
Yeah,
and never even been in a fucking flag football match.
Oh, yeah,
you know what I mean? But they're gonna tell me what the fuck's up about something.
What does Mike Tyson say? He goes, "Everybody goes in the ring with a game plan until they get hit in the fucking face."
The best.
Everybody thinks they know what the fuck they're gonna do.
The best is when he told that guy, "I'll fuck you till you love me, faggot." Yeah. That was the best, dude. That guy's the goat.
There goes our Google ads. Yeah, we can't promote this one now.
cut it out. But you know that was the goatest shit he said to someone, bro. But anyway, yeah, I got picked up.
So he steals you got picked up and he steals your car. You got picked up.
So I'm standing up, like just kind of looking down, and like the pile of bloods is like as much as this table from one guy. Yeah, and it's this color black, dude.
No way.
Oh yeah, disgusting. And I'm looking down at my arm and shit. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
What kind of terrain are you laying on?
Like like a alley, so like grass and dirt mix, and like. Where those guys are is like backyards to houses. So like,
right.
And then this side's a building.
So like gravel grass.
Yeah. Then there's like a door wall to a building, then a main road, and then there's someone's backyard. So basically I'm getting shot up in someone's backyard. So when I'm standing up, I'm looking forward, and it's a good like fucking stretch, like 200 feet at least. And I'm looking, and all of a sudden, dude, I got the strongest like shove, like two-handed shove. And I walked that whole bitch. I remember looking down, dude, just fucking, Walking Dead, straight Walking Dead scene. Like just how they look on the thing with their shit hanging off, dude. That's what I looked like. My head was probably like this big from the pressure. I got no fucking teeth, bro. Half my head's hanging off. My arms all. And it's broad daylight, like 3:30, like right now. And so I remember I walked to the end of the building and the houses, and I just went like straight down like a tree when they timber. And when I was falling, there happened to be a cop off duty driving to the gym going westbound on the road. So I was basically walking parallel with the cop behind the building. Yeah, if you feel me. So and the grass was high as fuck when I fell, like overgrown. So if he would have caught me a millisecond before, dude, because this is what we didn't talk about last time. He drove about 3 miles and turned the fuck around because he said he didn't think it was fake. He's
just thinking that was weird. I gotta get to the gym. What if that kid's fucking? Nah, I gotta work out. I got dinner later. Nah, fuck that. I'm going around. I'm going back.
Exactly what he said. Because he's like, how many times where you got the green light to an intersection when you're gonna? Why would you look right or left?
Yeah.
He's like, why the fuck did I look to the right hand side? Just right when you fell, and I could see all the blood on you, and then I kept driving and told myself, nah, you better fucking go back and double check that shit.
So have you reached out to that cop after your accident?
Yeah, I used to talk to him. When I went on Anderson Cooper's show, they had me meet him. But I'll be honest, when I heard his voice and heard the person stay with me, I couldn't see. Mm-hmm. Couldn't see no one, bro. I could only hear and feel because I lost so much oxygen. But that's what happened. When I hit the ground after I walked all that way, I said, like, all right, man, you did the best you can. Just fucking go sleepy now. Just relax. Because it felt so good to close my eyes, bro. Because when I would close my eyes and, like, fall asleep, it felt like all the pain. My arm felt normal. My fucking chest didn't burn really bad. You know, my ears weren't ringing.
I was going to ask about the pain when you freshly endured those injuries. Were you pumping with so much adrenaline to the point where you couldn't feel it?
The shot to the arm, I didn't even feel. Because when I looked down and seen it hanging off like a 90-degree angle and my bones sticking straight out, it was like fight or flight instantly. And I ran towards him. And that's the shot to the chest now. No. That shit hurt like a motherfucker, bro. Felt like a fucking grenade went off in my front pocket.
This is kind of going to be a weird question, but what between the arm, the chest, your teeth getting knocked out, and the head, your chest was stressing you out the most?
It hurt so bad. I can't even describe it.
Besides the pain, I'm talking about like your mental thoughts.
Yeah.
It's breathing.
Yeah. It hit me with the breathing, bro. I couldn't even stay strong because I couldn't even breathe.
Fuck.
And that felt like I fucking... All right, this is the best way I can describe it. You're chilling on the ground right now, this hardwood floor, just minding your business, maybe playing with the dog. I come out of nowhere with a 50-pound sledgehammer, straight jump off the table, swing it, hit you in your chest so you get that blunt force thing, but then I take a blowtorch with glass on it and I hit it with the right in the same spot, and then I take like rusty screws and I kick them in and I light it all on fire too while you're on that. Still dealing with that straight blow first. That's the shot to the chest. The head, I didn't even feel that shit. I just knew I was good because it was burning, but I was like, I can still see. Fuck it. Fuck it.
All right.
Did you have that ding?
Oh, the whole time. Ring, the loudest fucking
me
ringing.
too.
And the only time it ever went away is when I started to sleepy. That's how I told myself, you're fucking up, kid. You got to get up. So with like one of those times like this in the headset voice, third person, I came back to it and I heard, oh, bro, I'm coming. Then I instantly felt the guy grab me. He's like, oh my God, dude. He's like, I got you. He's like, I called the ambulance. As soon as he said ambulance, I could fucking hear this little, like a little distinct ambulance noise. And he's like, I got you. And I kept fading off hard, bro. Because he was holding me and it felt so good to have like that last bit of comfort. No stranger, bro, just holding me. I was like, oh, fuck this. This feels great, dude. I'm sleeping. And he, come on, man, you look good. And I'm thinking, motherfucker, I don't look good, but I got you. Like, and then the ambulance would get louder and louder and louder, bro. And then he would stay with me till eventually that shit was right up on, And I remember that I could feel everything and hear everything. I just couldn't see. It was like I was completely blind because of my lack of oxygen. You know what I mean? It was like my eyes were completely closed, but I could feel it and hear it. And you know what I mean? I could feel the wind blowing and shit and the pain. And then when I got in the ambulance, obviously they hit you with the saline, whatever, to get all your blood flowing. Because then when I got into the ambulance, as soon as they hooked me up, bro, I could see again. Like I kind of fuzzily, and then came back. And that's when I noticed the EMT like staring at me like, shit. And that's when I noticed that little fucking dot of light right through his forehead. Like, in Toy Story, Woody gets with Sid, that little thing. I seen that through his forehead. And as soon as I looked at it, it moved. It was like, zoop. And that's when I started getting, it was first an out-of-body experience. I don't know if anyone's ever smoked DMT or took psychedelics, but it's like when you blast off and you like really feel like the rocket ship effect, like that's what I like started to feel like like an acid trip, like creeping up. Like I was out of my body.
Your soul is just leaving.
Yes,
exactly.
Leaving the vessel. I felt like I was laying on my back with my arms open, but I was in the air, but I had no body. I felt like me.
And you were looking at yourself?
Not yet. I was just going up like with my, like, you know what I mean? Like this.
Oh, you felt like
and I was like, I got no fucking arms, but I can feel them. You know what I mean? Like I felt a lot, like I felt me, but I was in the fucking floating in the air. And I was about halfway up the fucking, if you know what I mean, if I'm laying on the bed of the ambulance, I'm like halfway up the thing.
Yeah.
And I told myself like, yo, look at yourself, like flip over. And as soon as I said, nah, I'm not going to do that, the fucking light just was like a fucking rocket ship, peephole, straight white tunnel, blast off up. Just
damn.
all white.
He went into light speed.
Yeah, straight Lightyear, like Buzz Lightyear. I swear to God, dude. And I was going up though, like forcefully going up to this light that was like literally taking me like, you know how Cody can relate a little bit. Like if you go really fast down a hill on your skateboard, it's not the wobbles. You get some kind of like crazy vision because you're going so fast and you're trying to focus. It's almost like a peephole. That was like that, but it started off as like a laser pointer, then got like peephole when you look through a door to a full fucking, my whole, everything was bright white. But I still had that G-force feeling like a plane taking off. Yeah. And then I got so far into that G-force feeling, it literally, I crossed over, bro. That's when I died and went into reincarnation because I was skateboarding through the parking lot of the hospital and I seen the ambulance pull up with my body in it. And then when I seen that everyone run out, like that's what I seen after the fucking G-force tunnel left. I was third person skateboarding through a parking lot, like telephoto filming like the front of the hospital with the ambulance rolling up, all the doctors rushing out. And when they're pulling my body out, it goes from like my feet. And when it goes to my head, it goes black. And then that's when I woke up in the hospital. And when I fucking left the hospital 5 days later, I walked out of those same doors I seen when I died. and I never been to the hospital a day in my
That
life.
shit is impeccable.
So I never been to the hospital in my life, St. John's Moros. I was there. I seen myself dead there, and I walked out the same fucking doors I seen when I left. I was with my mom, and I told her to stop. She's like, why? We're in the middle of the parking lot. I'm like, just hold up 1 minute, turn me around. And I was like staring at it. And then when we were driving home, she's like, what? You kind of scared me in the parking lot. What's wrong? I was like, told her, and she just like, I think she even pulled over, dude.
Yeah, like I seen.
Because that's right after I seen that angel too, the maintenance guy that knew all the stuff.
So let's go back to Spirit Ross. When Spirit Ross is doing kickflips in the parking lots, Flatlined Ross is getting demonstrated to the doctor, and the doctor's like, he's a.
Do you think that was
done.
like? Do you think that was like you leaving
That shit's
Earth?
deep. Shit's deep.
Do you think that was you leaving Earth?
I was done. That was when I.
You're actually like.
Because the only doctor that told me, yeah, dude, you died was the dude that saved my life. Everyone else would be like, oh, well, you know, because it's like political, whatever.
Politically correct.
Thank you. I'm just nervous.
Because you arrived with no pulse.
Yes, DOA, dead on arrival. You know what I mean? So in that time, 2007, they didn't say that anymore. But doctor said, you motherfucker, you were dead, bro. He's like, I looked at you on that table, and I was like, this kid's probably the same age as my son. I gotta do it for the medicine. You know what I mean? I gotta try to everything I learned in school, all my years of fucking, can you only imagine a fucking doctor, bro? We're all intelligent people, but those people, especially surgeons and shit, that's a whole nother breed of like, this guy, you should see this. I mean, you should see my chest. The gunshot wound's bigger than this fucking grinder cup, but the open heart surgery mark is like 1.5 foot long because he had to wildly open me up and take my heart out of my body and repair all my fucking arteries and shit.
Did they say what the first steps was? Like, was it directly to your heart?
Oh, yeah. The first thing was like a couple tubes to get rid of some pressure in the back of my head, like some drain tubes, and then I was put on the ventilator, and then they gave me open heart surgery, and then they gave me 24 hours to either come to or they'll just pull a plug.
Okay. And did they tell you how long it was before your pulse came back?
3 days.
3 days? Wait, like when did they bring a pulse back?
When I don't even know that probably right after, but they gave me once they got my pulse coming back, I had 3 days. That's when I woke up in the hospital after the third day. So that's a good question. I'm not sure like when they got.
Because I wonder how long they would work on someone that is dead on arrival before they're like, all right, is there?
That's why they gave me. I think that's why they
the nurse
gave me
says 45 minutes is their window of trying.
I think that's why they gave me the ventilator for 24 hours, and I must have started breathing, and then that's when maybe second day I woke up because. It was weird waking up, dude. It was like I woke up like myself, but it was all white. Mm-hmm. I'm like, all right, fuck it. Wow. Here I am. You know what I mean? It
was all white for me, too.
Rossi's in heaven, but there ain't no one around. You know what I mean? But I didn't feel, the whole time I never felt scared. I felt like the first time when I drove here, I was like nervous. You know what I mean? I never drove on these roads. I never met you guys. Like today, I was like, excited. Like, and that's how I felt the whole time. I never had like a bad feeling, and then like real quick to go back to like when I see my life flash before my eyes. That's how I know like I didn't deserve it because when my fucking life flashed before my eyes, there was no images of me doing anything bad to anyone.
Guilt.
It was all peaceful and shit. It wasn't like me like bullying those kids that try to, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's just like I fucking already knew it, bro. I already knew it.
I wasn't scared either when I got in my car accident. Like I woke up and I don't know, maybe it was the medication I was on or whatever. But I woke up and like I just like thought, okay, well, something shitty got dealt, and you're gonna like go to rehab and you're gonna walk again, right away. But I didn't realize like the severity of the situation. Yeah, I woke up to a white light. It was a white room, a white light, like with just staring at the ceiling.
Yeah, because you guys were both in comas, right?
Yeah.
Both for 3 days.
Yeah, medical.
Yeah, You guys are
Also
coma brothers.
medically
Yes, sir.
induced.
Brothers for life. And we share the same birthday. That's cool. But yeah, when I woke up, it was the weirdest shit because I felt like that right now, but it just was like white, like all white. And then it started to get like pixelated, like when the old school TV, black and white, static, channel when you do the aux cord back in the day, like
When you're waking up.
Yeah.
Probably because your eyes are shut for so long. All your pupils are huge when
Right.
or your pupils are so tight because there's so much light.
Yeah, it was like staring at that light, but like the whole room, you couldn't see no windows. And then it was like got pixelated like an old TV fucking screen. And then it was like foggy. I could see shit, like stuff on stands, and I could hear like beep, beep.
I hated that.
And then all of a sudden, bro, like a snap of my fingers, bro, back to normal vision. I was tied down to that damn table, and I just seen that nurse staring at me.
What was it like waking up, like being tied down?
I got scared, bro. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I'm trying to breathe, and I got this ventilator pumping, oxygen into my lungs, and I'm tied down. I remember when they pulled that fucker out, dude, I coughed up the hugest fucking, any Newport smoker will know that's pretty nasty. Morning, I got that shit beat, bro. It's probably like a gallon bucket of like tar and shit. Felt so good. I remember just breathing so hard, like probably sounded like a fucking donkey, you know what I mean? But I felt so good. I was breathing as hard as I could. They're like, keep going. Then like shortly after just pass out because my lungs couldn't. And then my body's like shutting down from all that work. Mm-hmm. I tell you what, though, 3 months after being shot hurts way worse than fucking anyone. Don't get me wrong. It hurts when it's happening, but recovering, man, fuck. I thought I would never feel normal. I don't feel normal, but I've managed to work with like some pain, but I mean, it was hard to breathe, bro. Yeah. I used to have like the lowest, like, I don't know what the nurses call it, but like, I thought that they were like, no, you're good. It's just your lungs and shit are muscles, and you just got shot in your lungs, and
shallow breath.
One of your lungs got like 160 BBs left in it because they couldn't. That's what they told me. There was no time to fuck around and try to fillet your lungs and pick out BBs. That shit will either reject, your body will reject it, the ones that are not embedded, and the ones that are embedded.
You naturally got rid of the rest.
There's only a few that I got rid of.
So you have 117.
I got
BBs
the X-ray.
in your lungs.
I'll show you the X-ray, and we can blow it up one day, and you can try to count as many as you can. There's at least over 100.
Do you ever feel any irritations?
No, I mean, I got some close to the skin where if like it's like kind of like a pimple. If you squeeze it, it's metal and it hurts like a bitch.
What?
Like even pushing it through that little light layer of skin would probably send me passed out. Because the doctor said, don't try to pop them out. I don't care how close it is to. He's like, it's gonna fucking hurt, bro. Because I remember when I had my womb vac. It was like a vacuum cleaner that like closed the chest wound because it was so big from the inside. Yeah. So every third day, the lady would come up and rip that thing out of my chest, and I'd have a hole like this big, wide open. I could see my heart beating. That's the first time I seen my heart moving. Because I asked the guy, because I used to sit in the shower, and he'd be like, yo, I got to stay here to make sure you're okay while the machine's out of you. It's like my job. I have to make sure I put. So like, if you want to shower, it's really good. If you shower, I'll sit. And I was like, yeah, please stay in here because I might fall off the chair. But I would put a towel over my lap and shit. And he'd be like, just let the water run. And man, like the amount of blood that shit would pump out, I would get like so nauseous. But then one time I was staring at it like this, and I'm like, yo, I think his name was like Matt or Brad or something. I'm like, yo. He's like, yeah, you good, bro? I'm like, yeah, I just noticed this weird thing beating like in weird sections. What's that? He's like, oh, that's your heart, bro. I was like,
now your organs are having out-of-body experiences.
And then when they used to clean my arm wound, that was nasty, bro. They used to scrape all the shit off it so it'd be down to the bone. And one time I was like, how's it look, doc? And he's like, it looks really good, bro. I'm like, can I look at it? And he was like, yeah, good one. I'm like, no, I think I can, I got shot, bro. He grabbed me by like my leg and said, look at me. And it looked at me and he goes, it looks good for me. He's like, I'm a fucking doctor. I see this shit all the time. He's like, you want to look at it? I said, yeah. He goes, okay. He put a little mat down on my lap. I looked down. Bro, I see my straight raw bone, like 6 inches of it. And 6 inches is not small. That's a long,
Yeah.
that's a decent of exposed bone. All my muscles around it in my veins, like the dark, like your blood is so dark when it's in, like it was like my veins were like exposed, but they had like see-through grip tape on them. Yeah. Like I could touch, you know what I mean? Like they were in like their protective like vein, but it was exposed where you like, if you like touched it, it would maybe pop it. I looked down, I passed right out instantly. Because there was like
Doctor said, it looks good to me.
the pile of like stuff he cleaned off, bro, was like this high. It was skin and shit. But it was all like red and clean. And when I woke up, he was like right there. He's like, I told you, bro. He's like, it looks good. And he's like, are you okay? He's like, can we get him some pain medicine, please?
So when you wake up in the hospital, it's just nurses and the doctors. Nobody knew where you were.
They didn't know anything about me because I had no license.
You left everything at home.
Yeah, so they were asking me, like, what year is it? I'm like, fuck if I know, bro. They're like, what's your name? I'm like, they don't got one. You know, they're like, where are you at? I'm like, can you tell me? And then they were like, any number you know. And my dad doesn't even have this phone number. I was like 586-243-3117. And they asked me for it again. And I said 586-243-3117. They asked me the third time. I said, what number are you talking about? Wow. They're like, the number you just gave me. I'm like, I didn't give you guys no number. They're like, okay, poor dude, you're fucking razzled. That was my dad's number,
That was your
dude.
father's number.
Only thing I knew for months. I don't know how the fuck I remember the number, bro.
Yeah.
There's so much shit about this story. It just shows you it's like way more than like, actually, it just shows you how much good will overcome the fucked up shit. You just got to stay real to being good. Like, I've always been a good person. Like I said, I made some mistakes. Everyone has, but I've shot no one. I never fucking hurt no one's grandma or nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's the shit, bro. Called my dad. I guess my mom said she never heard no fucking screaming like that because they were looking for me for 3 days. And this is another thing I never talked about. I'll release it with you guys because you guys are my friends. My mom worked for the school district for a long time. I won't say what one and shit because she's retired, but she had intel. And like the day after I went missing, the police liaison officer, like the school cop from our high school, told my mom, like, we know Ross has been shot, but we can't say shit because we haven't found his body yet. They didn't know I was at the hospital. So when my dad got the call, that's them 3 fucking days, dude, of knowing your kid's shot but not where his body is.
That's crazy.
It makes me sick to think about it because I got 3 kids.
Yeah.
But I'm just like prepared for not to cry about it.
What are some of the biggest things that stood out to you that your parents told you, their thoughts on the whole situation in those 3 days?
The first, dude, I only learned this because we did like some shit along like a couple months ago for like a project, and they opened up about it. I never even knew that.
Nice.
I was in my fucking mom's kitchen, like, I'm good. Shut up, dude. Don't look at me. You know, because it's horrible. But I remember the first thing I said to my mom was, please don't be mad at me. She's like, I'm not mad at you, bro. I'm so happy you're alive. Because I'm like, I knew like once it set in with how serious it was, I'm like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
And then it was just like, basically, I woke up and then like the cops already knew everything. So it was not even like a focus of like, oh, let's retaliate. It was like, let's get you healthy to leave and get strong, and then we'll worry about what you guys want to do. Because I had time, dude. I didn't say shit to no one for a while. All they said was, we have 2 people in custody that we know did this. No matter what, you talk to us about it when you can remember. And it's because I never experienced your brain work like that. Like coming back to life, I would one day would feel sharp, and the next day I'd be like, what the not know anything. So it's like they didn't want me telling my side of the story one time and be different. And so it's like I woke up and, remembered everything. So that was crazy too.
Do you think what they're trying to say is like shock? Like maybe you'll say the wrong things because you're in shock.
Oh yeah, scared, pained. Like the first time I had to testify, I was still in a wheelchair. I had that vacuum thing on me. I had no teeth, all my staples in my head. And I'm in a courtroom like for 3 hours waiting for them. And it's like, I can't even deal with the pain no more. And they said, if you leave right now, he gets to walk away free. And my dad, dude.
Put him through these tormenting
And you guys,
few hours.
no one knows my dad yet but Cody. And my dad's like, bro, you got to, he's like getting emotional. Like, come on, they're trying to feed me like painkillers. Just, you don't got to say shit. Just make sure the judge knows that's the guy that did it so he can get held in jail, not released, because we're not going to try to fucking go after him. The police already told you, you'd be a fucking fool if you try to do nothing. Because they came to our house and shit. Mm-hmm. Seen my dad's gun safe. Seen all the mounted animals that he shot in Alaska from like 300 yards. They're like, yes, please, don't do nothing stupid. Because my grandpa told me, oh, you don't know the guy. You don't know the guy. I'm like, no, I can't do that. He's like, oh, yeah, you can. Yes, you can.
Your grandpa was with the business.
Oh, my grandpa was ready, bro. God rest his soul. I can say that.
You came back home, your grandpa had the Rambo bandana, bandolier over his chest.
He said,
cigar out his mouth.
Cigarette, dude. He would show up, dude, randomly, like once a week, and like come over with his like hat on. And like for a while, the police would chill out front, just as a courtesy. No one asked them to do it. I never asked for. They just did it out of respect for like, yo, fuck that. No one should be fucking with no one. So he would drive past the police, and come up to the house with like his hat real low and glasses, and knock on the front door. And at that time, dude, anyone came over, I don't care if it was my dad, everyone's scared. Everyone's freaked out. Come in. Oh, my mom would greet him. Oh, no, Jerry, come on in. And he'd come up to me. How you doing? He's like, remember, you don't know nothing, right? I'm like, no. They're out. He's like, no, you don't know nothing, bro. He gave me like $100. And then one day we had like a big sit down because he came over and he was pissed. He told my dad, like, fuck this, dude. Like,
how old's your grandpa? At the time?
Probably like 70.
Dude, it's beautiful to hear.
Oh, dude, my nana don't fuck. He was a little guy, too. You fuck with that guy. But he was, for real, like, don't, because he knew if you say he didn't do it, they'll let him go. So if anything, my grandpa was about that business. But I'm fucking 17 from the suburbs, bro.
Was there anyone else in the family that was siding with your grandpa?
My dad, of course.
Yeah,
don't get me wrong, dude. My dad was hunting, bro. I don't like to talk about it, but my dad was out there driving around strapped, going to people's doors, shaking people down in the burbs with broad day with a shotgun. Where's my son at? People like to talk shit, bro. I want to see one person besides 50 or something, or like your real life street people that deal with catching bodies. The normal guy like any of us that's going to get shot and think of the first thing, we're going to go to war now. In the suburbs, like here, like where the police are always around, like, okay. Like, I just don't get it. It was like the most, and I never got an answer. And I don't care, like, even now, like, the dude's out of jail. You know what I mean?
He's out of jail now.
I believe he got paroled on Halloween on 2023.
Wow.
And then it's all love, fuck it. Hopefully God got to the guy and showed him, like, there's no reason to be evil like that for no reason. Like, now don't get me wrong, the dude came from not the best upbringing, but I didn't know that until we got further into court. I just thought he lived with his grandma in the same neighborhood we all grew up in, which was a decent place. You know what I mean? It was not gated, but it wasn't like the slums. I didn't know he came from like really bad shit in the city. So it's like,
when you got the news that he was getting out, did you and your family get like the original anxiety that came out? Like,
of course, there's nothing you can do but get that anxiety. And like my friend Cody was there with me, and when I got the call, like, hey, you got paroled or whatever. And he's like, I didn't even experience what you did, but I can feel I feel anxious. But then he's like, don't trip. Keep doing what you're doing. And nothing, unless I stop what I'm doing to go try to find, you know what I mean? I'm not.
And it was so long ago. What was it, like 15 years
16
ago?
years ago.
16 years ago. You guys were kids.
Well, I don't care how long it was. I mean, if someone shot me 3 times for no reason, and like they have an agenda to come and get me,
it's not like, hey, 16, I forgive you, but do you think for 16 years, he's boiling, ready to come out of prison to murder you?
how could you want to? What did I do?
Right.
What did I do in the first place? And how could you be mad that you fucking tried and it didn't work? Like, I don't know.
Do you think
anyone worried about what I'm trying to do? You know what I mean?
How did you guys get the news that he got out?
They sent me a letter.
And did anybody, who sent you the letter?
The state.
So did the state say anything, any precautions, any?
Oh, they tell you to have emergency bag packed and code words.
Damn, that would scare me. The state is giving me anxiety.
I mean, that's kind of scary, but that's all shit I've already been doing. Like we got like if you don't.
Yeah, it sounds like you guys
shout
are
out
ready
to
for
anyone
any intruder.
anyone that has kids, dude. If your family don't got the code word, you better step the fuck up. I'm talking
Max got the code
the
word.
code word, bro. No one knows it but the people.
Yeah.
Like, I'll tell you guys off camera what the code word is so you know, because if you ever see my daughter and it's emergency, you say that word, she'll be like, yup, that guy. I'm going with that fucking guy because he said,
Right.
you know what I mean?
You get the phone call.
But it's scary. My parents were really scared. My wife was super scared. And I feel horrible that like someone tried to do that to me so long ago now is causing that same fear on my family just out of like, the presence of it. It's like, that's an evil feeling, but
And on all the days, Halloween.
I think it was either Halloween or Devil's Night.
Devil's Night for Hollywood purposes.
Yeah, for
sure.
sure.
That was the night.
But there's really,
Do you believe in the penal system that they can rehabilitate someone at a young age and in their adolescence to be a good person?
Do you think the correctional facility is doing any correcting?
I think it maybe like 10% from 20% from the facility, because there's people probably that work there that do care about shit, that try to help people, but I feel like it's the person that's just got to be like, yo.
Yeah.
But that's like, I never served time. Like I never went to jail. I got on probation when I was a kid for like a marijuana charge, because before weed went recreational, it was illegal.
Mm-hmm.
But so I kind of like know about being in like the system of probation, and like I don't know, it's like a mindset. Like you're trapped in like kind of like a negative, like everything, like you're always dealt like the choices and you always choose the shitty one over the right choice. So it's like you got to like get out of that mindset to look more positive. I don't know. It's like I feel like the prisoner can, or the whatever, can restructure him, because there's people all the time post about like, oh, I started a felon-owned business. Like, how many years did you do? They're like 36, and they're like 36 years in prison. They got full-time jobs. Like that guy obviously did some mental building and like broke out of that institutionalized cycle. Because could you imagine like even 16 years in federal prison?
Yeah, the most help anyone ever is going to get is when they decide to help themselves.
I love how you brought up the word institutionalized, because we have my tattoo artist Billy Youngs. He was in prison for like quite a bit, and he said there's this word called getting institutionalized. You have to make sure that you're thinking every day of what you're going to do, like get a trade, go to school. Like you said, he got his GED or something. Like
he said his body was in prison, but his mind was never in prison.
And that's the problem. A lot of the time, every like even my friend over there, Cody, man, he knows it's all like he's the only person I can really be like the spiritual me around without feeling like people are like, oh, listen to this guy. Besides my wife. She just, and her beliefs is not even as strong as mine. Like she'll be sometimes doubting shit, and I'll be like, shh. Don't you dare talk like that in this house, because this shit will happen. You start testing that shit, saying them words, you're gonna get tested by the powers, man. There's powers out here.
Yo, I'm gonna get deep with you, bro. Let's say
there
Max.
are powers out here.
There's powers out here. That's not a joke, dude. I'm not trying to be one of them. I hold my crystal shit at nighttime, but I've felt that.
Hold on, I'm gonna poke your brain for a little bit. Let's say Max is the man that shot you, and I got him sitting in the chair right here. What would be your first question, or what would be the first thing you say to this motherfucker?
That's a great question. I don't even know. I don't even know if I would even speak. I might just stare at him.
Just look at him.
Yeah, I don't know because like there's so many feelings. Like it's been so long, so it's not as fresh. But like when he got out, dude, you asked Cody and people, I was on edge, bro. I was ready every day, dude. I was on edge. But I was telling myself, that's no way to be feeling, you know what I mean? So if Max was the person, I'm not sure. I'd probably have a lot of different emotions. I'm not sure how. That's a good question.
Yeah.
Because how would he react? You know what I mean? I don't know.
Or if he was apologetic.
Yeah, what if the first thing he said was, I was reading the Bible for 16 years, man, and I'm sorry.
I would say, God bless you. I don't forgive you, though. You know what I mean? Like, you had no reason to do that shit. I don't wish, not, you know what I mean? Unless the guy comes to my house or something, bro. I'm not going to go, it's not worth it. What? To prove what? Nothing. It was selfless and stupid back then, so even for me to, like, get revenge would be fucking, I lived. You know what I mean? I got set up. You know what I mean?
And because you survived, that's why he got out in 16 years.
And that's what the judge told him. That's what the judge told him. I'm going to give you a second chance at life, dude, just because he survived it. He's like, because if you would have killed him, I can put you in jail for life. Fuck your age. He's like, I do whatever I want. But I'm going to play that.
Because Ross is a warrior.
Yeah, that's what he said. I could, like, I don't know if anyone can look that shit up because I was a minor, but I'm sure I could get that fucking lady that types everything. That's facts. He said that shit. But yeah, bro, I don't know what I would say to him, but it depends. It's just like it's like the energy, you know what I mean? If he gives off an energy that's not like this vibe, I think everyone would be like, fuck you, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah, be like,
You'll be able to instantly tell if it's the same fucking
and it's
demon
like,
that shot you.
And you know what I'm saying, bro? I don't ever see me ever seeing him, bro. Because there's no point. You know what I mean? It's like your ex-girlfriend. What the fuck are you gonna go? You know what I mean? Or anything like.
Yeah, it's probably good you got that out of your heart. Your grandpa's probably still hunting though.
Oh, my grandpa's trying to break out of his crib, dude. You go hunting, bro. But it's not worth it. I could see if I had nothing going for me, I had no kids, I had no drive, you know. But it's like I'm so blessed, especially to be here and look at Max, and like I could have been in the same boat, bro. Dad, not, and just the fact that like if you look at me right now, you would never tell that I went through that shit. So it's like that kind of shit just.
Well, you can definitely tell I went through some shit.
No, for sure. And you're a huge motivation towards me. And I told you last time when I drove home from here, I was emotional as fuck driving home by myself. Catch the right song on the radio, bro. I'm over here fucking crying.
And then we ask him for a second interview, and he immediately calls his best friend like, Cody, you gotta fucking come with me. So I'm not going to have that drive home again like that.
If I do, at least he's there. But no, I did that for Max because he wants to meet him. And I mean, we're going to, for sure. I love it, bro.
Yeah. It's just good vibes, and we've all had near-death experiences in this table. And, you know, hopefully Ross comes on a lot more.
I want to be around a lot more. I think it'd be a good look. We just have to make it.
Has Max told you his full story?
No, not yet. I mean, we went over it one time, but you can tell me again.
So I had a friend in the military who was like my best friend, right? And he was like bitching over some girl like a few months before we went to before we got in the car accident. But I like said, hey man, talk to this girl, she's nice, she's from my hometown, like she's cool. And he like fell in love with her or whatever, right? Anyways, it's a normal day. I get up, do my PT in the military, physical training, and then, we get off early because we have a 4-day weekend, and that means, like, usually I go up to, go home to Chicago, and my birthday was March 21st, and the accident was March 24th.
How old were you turning?
I was turning 20.
Excuse me.
Dang, so you guys are both 20. You're like, hey, I got some action for you back at home. Come on.
My birthday's March 21st, too.
Yeah. We're both.
Yeah, you guys are coma and birthday brothers.
Yeah.
And survivors.
So you were on a military base and you were getting leave for a few days?
Yeah. And I was like, I'm going to go home, see my girlfriend, see my family, And the first time I chose to drive with someone is the first time I got in this car accident, which is crazy. And you said you had a moment where you were like, "Nah, I shouldn't drive in this area. I shouldn't drive in this area. Or I shouldn't."
I felt that shit as soon as I even said yes. I'll take you. Like going to pick him up, everything felt so off, dude.
Yeah,
so off.
So for me, I had a moment right before we were driving. We got out of base, and we got gas, and I was like, I can drive first, or do you want to drive first? And he was like, I'll drive first, and I was like, okay, and then I could drive last, and then I was like, you know what? Actually, you drive first, and then no, I'll drive first, and then I'll drive first so I can wake up to my hometown. That's basically what it was like, right? So I drive halfway, and we get to the gas station in Indiana, Terre Haute, and then I slowly put my seat down. I'm about to take a nap or whatever, and I'm like, hey, wake me up when we get to Chicago, right? And that didn't happen, buddy. No, I woke up and I had the ringing. It's kind of like you. Like I wasn't able to move or do anything, but I had the ringing and I couldn't breathe.
What was the car accident like?
I don't know.
What kind of car accident was it?
Yeah, like
It was a rollover.
When you woke up, were you like?
So my buddy fell asleep, and and I woke up. I don't know if we were upside down or if we were straight up, but I just kept seeing fluttering lights of red and blue. So that was the ambulance. Yeah, and I couldn't. I was locked in. So you were able to have that angel push you. I didn't have that angel to push me. I was locked in, bro. It was crazy. Not being able to move your neck. Just literally.
Gives me anxiety, bro. I think about you a lot when I'm by myself at 2 a.m. and I start thinking about everything I've been through. I think about bro, could you fucking imagine? It's heavy, dude. You're an inspiration, bro.
Sorry, man.
Oh, I know.
I mean.
So in the midst of your accident, you're almost completely frozen. You can't do
completely,
shit.
Yeah. I can't do anything, and I'm so used to doing things myself, And then I wake up in the hospital 3 days later from a coma, the induced coma, right? And I got there. I was John Doe as well. They didn't know how to, they knew my name, they just didn't know my address. And then, I'm from, Tennessee, and I'm also from Illinois. And they went to this address, and it was the wrong address because I didn't update my address on my license, which, if anybody's watching, do that. Just
For insurance purposes, do that, please.
Yeah, for real. So I was in the ICU. I stayed there for 5 days, which was kind of crazy, being in terrible car accident.
I was in the hospital for 5 days too.
Wow.
Yeah.
You guys are so fucking cute together.
Yeah, that's so fucking nuts. They released me after the 5th day, and I remember telling the guy I can't go. He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, there's no way I can leave. He goes, fuck you mean? You got to get out of here. I'm like, his name was Steve, dude. He was really cool. He's like, no, Ross, you understand, if you stay at the hospital, you'll get sick. He's like, I don't care how many times you walk around the fucking station and pick shit up. He's like, you have to go outside now. Get sick again, get cut up again. You know what I mean? So that's
You got to live life to the max.
Basically, that's what he said.
Yeah. And so I recovered, right, for 5 days, and then I went to RIC, and I keep hearing Rehabilitation Institute of Chicago is the best place to be if you're paralyzed. They're the best in spinal cord research and all this stuff. And I show up to this place, man, and it's just complete trash. But they had
The stutter made it funny. He said, complete trash.
They had the best therapists, so I'm not gonna lie. The therapists were the best. But the place looked like it was from the 1970s.
You know what? I'll be honest, man. The best taco spots and restaurants look like that, but the shit's fire, dude.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. Yeah.
If the seats are
But-
ripped up and the paint is dried out.
If I'm
and
not getting a
fucking-
curly, like long black hair in my pastor, dude, is it real authentic from Tio or no?
That's hilarious. Keep it going, Max.
So like I still got this like army mentality in me, this like soldier mentality, but I'm scared, man. Like, so I have like people sleep in the room with me every day at night or whatever, and then I get to RAC and they're like, they got the best nurses and everything, right? They do not have the best nurses. Dude, because the first night, I'm like, the way I can contact someone, so I'm paralyzed from the neck down, and I'm breathing through a ventilator, right? And I have a neck collar, a seat collar, so I can't even like look down at my neck a little bit, and like.
Basically like a neck brace, right?
Yeah, neck brace. Yeah, like the seat
To
collar.
keep your shit straight.
Yeah.
I feel it.
Yeah, and I'm just like, fuck, I can't eat, I can't drink, and I'm just like, fuck my life, you know what I mean? And when you said like the recovery for you after 3 months getting shot is way worse than the first 5 days, dude. Recovering after 3 months is like way better than recovering after 5 days, dude.
For you?
Yeah.
I feel you, bro.
I mean,
They gave me a lot of morphine at the hospital, though. That's the thing. I got to leave with my own little morphine bag thing. It was awesome. I remember being in my mom's Crossfire, bro. In the front seat, I had a little bag, and it had like an alarm thing on it and a tag, and I got to hit it 3 times a day. It's fucking awesome.
It's fucking awesome.
Awesome, bro. But then when they take it away from you, because they don't want you to get hooked on it, like after a couple weeks.
It's not awesome.
Oh, bro, and you're feeling, dude, we're gonna get back to you, but I feel like just taking a little breath, dude, feeling like someone's just standing on your chest with like fucking 100-pound weight.
Yeah.
But that's crazy.
Thanks. You're talking about morphine. You made me think back when you brought up Saving Private Ryan. When you watch those war movies and you see people hitting those morphine shots in their thighs,
and then they're just
you
like,
could relate. We don't know what the fuck that feels like. You're just like, yeah.
Instant. Feels so good. Feels so good, dude. That's the only way I can.
Like right when you press the button, just instant.
The first one, because it's like, now you got to think, you can click that button 100 times and think you're getting something out of it, but it's timed. So it's like the first one releases a good amount, and I never did like heroin or nothing like that, but like you can see how people get hooked because that's the feeling you feel. Man, instantly all your pain's gone, and you just get like this. There's a lady here, I can't say nothing, but you get this like
orgasmic feeling.
Yeah, like after yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Something like that. Like, I just be respectful. I ain't trying to be weird. But that's what it feels like when the morphine's gone and you get that pain and you're looking for that hit, there ain't nothing but you to make it feel better.
Yeah.
It's a lot of times, man, I'd be like angry as fuck because I'd be in so much pain no one understood why. Like, man, why Rossi? Why you such a dick? Because I'm like hurting, bro. And
I want my fucking morphine.
And then they're giving you Vicodins and shit. So like I'm taking a lot of Vicodin a day and you ain't feeling shit from the Vicodin. Like right now, if I took that amount, probably have an overdose. But when your body's in that much pain, bro, because the doctor would say, dude, are you selling these shits? And I'd be like, honestly, not all of them. Like, you know what I mean? I'd be taking most of them. You know, my couple friends like, yo, can I get one of those things? Yeah, no problem, bro, whatever. But it's like, don't use that, god damn it. But you know what I mean? They would ask me if you're taking them, and I'd be like, I'm taking most of them. You know what I mean? And he'd be like, I gotta cut you off because I don't want to see you like get addicted to opiates. Because I remember when they cut me off that shit, bro. That was tough. I went through like baby withdrawals compared to like what people, you know, God bless those people. But that shout out, man. That was Dr. Osgood, bro. That guy.
Dr. Osgood.
That guy was the shit, bro.
But yo, back to Max and the neck brace.
Oh yeah, thank you. Sorry.
Yeah, neck brace. I just want to like say thank you to all the support I got because I got like a shit ton of support throughout the community, throughout Elgin. Like anybody who mentioned my name in Elgin around this time like knew who I was, which was crazy. So like shout out to all the people that were there. Shout out to the doctors that helped me, and yeah, like, and shout out to the people that were around me, especially the ones that like stayed on a cot, like like at this hospital while I'm like
24/7 with you, bro. Like my parents were by my side.
Yeah, well, I felt like a bitch at the same time because I was in the military and I did everything by myself. Like,
It's so crazy. I felt the same way, bro. I used to tell my dad, like, "Dad, I'm such a pussy." He'd be like, "What? What are you talking about?" He's like, "You're strong as fuck, dude." He's like, "It's only right you feel like them." Like I didn't ever wanted to be alone, bro. I feel you on that heavy. Yeah, I still don't like it, but I
didn't want to be alone because I didn't trust the people. You know what I mean? I didn't trust people, but I trust my sister. I trust my girlfriend. I trust but I don't trust this random nurse. That's just like this random nurse that just comes in like, "Hey, I'm gonna be your nurse tonight." You know what I mean? Like when it's like you're gonna be my nurse, and you were able to move Ross. Like I wasn't. So I'm sitting there like. Literally, and I can't breathe on my own too, and they're fucking with the ventilator. Like, so from the ICU, I get on a different ventilator at RIC, and they're just like fucking with the settings of the ventilator, and so I'm like changing my breathing without even knowing I'm changing my breathing, which is causing like a bunch of like, heart, like, which is causing like a bunch of like stress on me.
Yeah,
and
your
then,
body's like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah, and then like I always heard like did, and that meant like I was freaking out, like like a nurse needed to come in like to help me, like my heart rate was up high, and that's why I asked you if the machine scared you, because the machine scared the fuck out of me.
The boom vac, when it went off one night, I got pneumonia. That's when I seen the dude that knew everything. I was in my dad's bed, like they had a huge like California king bed. I used to sleep in there because I could like chill. And I was getting these chest pains, bro. I couldn't breathe, and the machine started bing, 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 911, like emergency.
It would say 911
because it was getting my heart rate and you know what I mean? Because it's like a little computer. I wore like a little like fanny pack with like the vacuum, and it had like I couldn't roll over on it or
That's
sound
so
like
crazy to
bro,
imagine.
fucking nuts, bro. I'm so happy that's gone. But yeah, that thing went off, dude, and it would scare me. And then the night it went off when I had pneumonia, it was like an alarm.
Yeah.
All the way till I got to the hospital, and like the person knew the code to turn it off.
It's so
And it knew I was like fucked up. It knew I had it was so weird, like a little box, like as big as this fucking tray.
Imagine Max having like a little minor measure of anxiety, and then he hears the doo-doo-doo, anxiety, and then he's like, "What the fuck is that?" Then he has more anxiety.
But on top of that, I can't move. So and I can't move my neck, so I'm just sitting there like freaked out, like locked in, like
for sure.
Like what's going on? Like
scary.
What's going on? You know what I mean? Like just freaking out. But luckily, I was able to like get through it, and I was able to trust some nurses. I started like trusting the people, and then
you got to put your trust in the professionals.
Yeah, and then it turned out to be good, but I would also cry at night. I'd be like, damn, like I'm fucking paralyzed. Like how much longer is this gonna go on? 8 years later, I'm still talking paralyzed, but we don't know what's gonna happen in the future. But anyways, so I get home. Well, I get transferred to the VA because RIC is charging like $250,000 a month, which is insane. So I go to the VA, and then after at the VA, I met one of my good friends, Chuck, and we were like smoking blunts like on federal property and shit. You know what I mean? Like,
you have to.
Like my famous saying is, my friends are freaking out, and Chuck has like his arm control or whatever. He doesn't have like full function of his hands, but we would be smoking outside. There would be a cop, and he'd be like freaking out, and I'd be like, fuck is he gonna do? Handcuff me? I'm fine. Like, you know, I mean, I'm already fucking handcuffed.
They're not gonna wait. They're not gonna bother you, bro.
I'm not gonna go through the whole story because I got an updated split second. The first episode of my podcast of Life to the Max. The first episode is updated after 2 years, and I'm super excited to release that because I really went in depth with it. But I went through a lot of deception, a lot of stress, a lot of like anger, and now it's like, you know, like I still go through that sometimes, but it's more like prosperity now, you know, and like closure and just meeting cool people like you. Like I was able to like message you, and then I was like, dude, I gotta message this guy because the whole time I was watching an interview on the barracks, I was just like this. You know what I mean? Like mouth open, didn't say shit. You know what I mean? Because like we had a lot in common. Like just you went through a physical thing. I went through a physical thing too. It's just I didn't feel. I felt it. You went through probably a shit ton more pain though. I mean,
I'm not trying to measure that. I'm just saying I look at it as like we have like the similar kind of struggles. Obviously,
life, death.
Yeah, like we both had to come back. I obviously was able to walk, but it took a long time to be able to like walk like I am. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna cry. I ain't gonna do it. But I'm so grateful, dude. Swear to God. But you're here for a reason, bro.
I'm grateful too to be alive and to, you know, be able to spread the word about the podcast and like to help people out, because I think of this like therapy, you know, like we're all like talking about like life experiences and what we're like going through, and you know, maybe this is therapy in somebody's ear. You know?
It is, man. Anyone going through anything that, like him, crybaby with the shit mouth in the water. That's nothing, bro. That's fucking nothing. Listen to this shit. You know what I mean? But you're like how you're like, oh, when you had your story, I was like blown away. You're fucking blow me away, bro. No pause, whatever the fuck you got to say. It's just because it's like, it takes a lot of strength to just go every day. You know what I mean? Knowing that you can't walk, you can't do that shit, but you still got you can still enjoy shit and still take in feelings and emotions. And sometimes, man, that shows you that's like when I was out of my body, I wasn't in my body no more. So like, you know, God forbid when the day when you cross, you know what I mean? You're going to be able to feel walking and running again. You feel me?
Yeah.
Because your soul's still getting charged while you're alive, bro. That energy is still manifesting and you're still doing positive shit. You're not slugging around. You're not angry. You're inspiring people, bro.
That's why I wanted to do like a part 2 of Split Second, because I was angry.
Oh, I used to be angry as fuck.
I can't wait to see the difference between Split Second Part 1 and Split Second Part 2, even though it's the same fucking story.
I had a hit list, man. Like, I just called out everybody on the podcast.
Max was like, you set this mic up? It's recording? All right, fuck that guy. Fuck this guy. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, you stole money from me? Fuck you. You know,
No, for real, though, your energy even right now is different from when I was last here.
Nice.
Like, even like you're just like, I think you were in like a little more pain last time, so you were like trying to be like cool, but I could tell
I'm
like
in
you
pain
weren't.
right now.
I could tell, but it can't be as much as the last time, because even like when I'm talking to you, I can hear you a little better. I think we're more relaxed. If this shit will help you too, because it helps my anxiety. It might help you in long term. Just feel better, bro.
Yeah, your energy is different too, man.
There's no way.
I'm way more comfortable now.
There's no way to describe it. Like every like injury, every like situation everybody goes through is different.
Yeah, I'll say life is a very complicated equation for every single individual.
But everyone goes through something.
Everybody goes through this shit. We all got highs and lows, and during those highs and lows, all our brains produce the same fucking chemicals. We all still feel the same depression and the same anger. And
everyone's doing the same
we're all
shit,
feeling the same shit.
People,
so even though we're all dealt different shit, a different raining shit storm.
Yes, sir.
You know, we can
on the
all
dog's
feel,
mouth.
We can all relate to what the fuck those feelings are. It's not a competition.
Maybe that's why we we turn to like religion. Like some people are just like spiritual
Religion
stuff.
found me though. That's the thing. I was born like Catholic, so I believed in God. But I remember there'd be times where I'd be trying to call out some shit, bro, and then look what happened. Be trying to test the faith. Yeah. I got a wake up call a couple times. The first time getting fucking shot. Second time was the awakening, and then fucking having that angel come into my room and know everybody.
Well, thanks to your story, now we know that there's skateboards in heaven.
Skateboards in heaven. There's reincarnation.
There's
bro.
definitely skateboards in heaven. This motherfucker was doing kickflips while he was in his.
I was just riding through that parking lot, bro. It was wild.
And I when I was falling asleep and stuff, I felt this like gravitational pull, like just bring me back to Earth. I don't know if you felt the same, but yeah,
I felt the pull, like taking me from Earth. Not bringing me back.
Yeah, like every time I almost died of septic shock 2 years ago. This guy was here and he's like,
you guys told me that.
Yeah, he's like, yo, we just got the cameras back.
Yeah, dude, Max is dying in the hospital and I'm opening up packages like, he ain't dying. I go to the hospital. I'm like, bro, we got the cameras at the house, bro. They need to be plugged in.
Yep.
You need to pull through.
Yeah,
This
we
podcast
got
is
fucking
not
lights. We got lights coming in. But that shit will give you the motivation though, because shout out my nurse Steve back in the day. He would say like, you don't want to go out and get a girl, get some pussy, bro. Like get the fuck up. And then he would hit you like that big bro. Like, what are you, too big of a pussy to get up?
Ross is like, I don't want the pussy. I want that morphine over there. Give me that button.
I want a morphine and to be able to taste food. Did you I couldn't taste anything for months. It tasted like straight metal from all the.
What about you, Max?
I couldn't eat food for 4 months.
You just had it pumping? You just had it pumping in your stomach?
I couldn't drink unless there were tablespoons of water. I was only allowed to have tablespoons of water, so that means a nurse has to come in and give me tablespoons of water, which they don't have time to do because
that's torture, bro. That's crazy.
I had to do like small portions at first, but then it was like you have to try to get back to weight. But my mom, shout out my mom, dude, she was wiping my ass and shit. I was 17 years old. I couldn't, my hand, you know what I mean? One hand was just, doesn't even really work anymore. It's my right hand that I was born with, but my left hand was in the cast. So it's like, what do you want me to do? Shout out my mom for coming through, bro.
Did you, that's...
Now I wipe my own ass now.
Did you ever feel like a burden?
Man. Talk about that.
Like
you got time. We were talking, right? We're chopping.
You got the long drive back home. You tell us when.
I just don't.
We're at an hour and 22 right now.
Oh my gosh, here we go again. It's the best with these guys.
I got you.
I'm not, bro. Please, come on. That's why I'm here. There's a lot of people that want me to do shit with them, and I know they ain't as good as you guys, and I wouldn't even waste my time. But like going back to the burden thing. Oh yeah, I remember this one time, like vividly. My dad went to get me some. It was when Wendy's had like the 4 for $4 or whatever. And they had like these little like $1 chicken sandwiches, but they were really good. And he went and got me like my dad probably made sure they made everything fresh. And when he got back, I was like so hyped, you know what I mean? And like I took a bite of it and it tasted like lead. And I just put it down. I didn't say nothing, but like I seen like it killed my dad, you know what I mean? Like, and I remember he grabbed it. He's like, what do you want me to do? Take it back? And I'm like, no. And he was like getting mad, but he wasn't getting mad at me. He was upset that like I couldn't eat. Yeah. And then later that day, I remember I went down to the kitchen and my mom was cooking something and she had the big pasta bowl out, but it wasn't full yet. And we started arguing again. And I remember she just picked the fucking bowl up, bro, and just threw it straight on the ground, shattered it. But it like changed everyone's mood. Everyone was just like snapped out of that shit. And I was like, you know what? I'll just try the smoothie or whatever. And everyone just like, and my mom just acted like nothing happened. Dude, went back to cooking, swept up the glass.
Just had to give that signal. Like,
man, like one more fucking thing that you guys are complaining about right now, I'm going to kill you with the glass shards. You know what I mean?
It's the worst when like the complaining, like in the mental games, like that's what really hits you. You know what I mean?
Oh, I've had some dark times, dude, contemplating a lot of shit. I did A lot of skateboarding helped, you know, for good friends. I did some psilocybin, like psychedelics help you get through some crazy holes. I mean, it's kind of scary, but it feels better. But
I'm
it's
not allowed to do psychedelics.
it's okay. I don't do them any. I'm talking about when I was like way younger, before kids.
Yeah.
But it's like until I just took control of everything basically for myself, like never like said, oh, it's because this happened. I don't feel that. I mean, you can ask like my friends. I have my days where I'm like, fuck this, I'm done. They're like, yeah, right, dummy, you're done with nothing. You can see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Just like a normal person. But then it's like after that day, it's like back on where it's like, you know, take it on the chin. Fuck that. Let's keep going. Yeah. And it's only normal for anyone to feel like that. You can't keep that.
Well, sometimes it's good to have that release of emotions.
You have to. You have to cry it out. You have to express it.
Yeah.
Dude, you can't. You'll be like my dad when you get older, like try to like cry and like have your head turned like that. It's like, we can see you, bro, and hear you. It's okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for me, I felt like a huge burden because my family's taking care of me physically. Like they have to take their time, like take time out of their day to take care of me. And I know that's like big. I know that's like what family's there for. Like, you know, but when you are like actually making your family do this, not even making, but when you feel like you're making your family do this, it was tough, man, for a while. A long time, and there's a lot of people out there. Shout out to all the people and all the caregivers, our parents, our like family members, you know, and don't complain. You know what I mean?
Just throw a fucking bowl on the ground just every once in a while. But no, I feel you, dude. I felt that like when my mom was like wiping my ass, or I couldn't shower, bro. I was sitting, you know what I mean? I was so weak. She'd have to wash me, or my dad would help me out. You know, it's nothing more embarrassing than be like 18 and your parents seeing you naked. You know what I mean? Even though it's nothing because they birthed you, it just does something to my self-esteem. That's what it was just like. Fuck it, bro. Because I even like years after, bro, it wasn't until I really had my kid, till my first daughter Lenny, where I broke through but I was like, man, none of this shit matters now. It's way more bigger than this.
Yeah. Now I'm a father. I'm not Ross Capicchioni. I'm a father.
Yeah, I'm a dad now.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing, dude, that maintenance man said to me. He said, God's got a special plan for you. He's like, I don't know what it is exactly. He's like, it could be, you know, you might be the president of the United States one day. You could just be simply a good friend to someone. They just like hearing your voice. Or you could be like a great dad. I'm zoning in on probably destined for the dad thing. Yeah, I like it,
I'm
though.
pretty sure now.
But it's all clear. It's all playing out. And it's all like, people talk about like, oh, manifesting shit. Like, my parents think I'm crazy. Which
Speaking
I
of
am.
being a father, have you told your children this story?
My daughter's kind of got an idea. She's like, Dad, like that one video of you like on the rooftop and you got a blue hat on. And
How did they find it? How did they?
Well, she knows Google.
Yeah, so they look up their name. And
Of
that
course,
shit pops up.
of course.
Dang.
That's what I hate about that.
When was the first time where, like, you know, she confronts you and says, hey, what's this video?
She didn't say nothing about the video, but all right, since we're family. My mom, low-key, tried to tell her one day, but, like, my mom knew it was, like, you know how when you do something, like, midway through, you're like, yeah, I fucked up.
Yeah,
I'm done.
yeah.
I'm done. Take my words back, quick. She tried to tell her, and then she, like, backed it up with, like, it was a bad accident or something. Like, so she
And
didn't.
how old your daughter at the time?
My daughter was last year, so she was 7.
Shit. 7, okay.
She was, like, I'm gonna tell her, but it's heavy, dude.
Yeah.
I tell grown men and they break down. Like, could you imagine?
That's like a teenage thing.
Yeah, because I don't want her to be scared. I don't want her to think because the world's fucked. We all know it as grown-ups, but I'm trying to be like one of the people that, like, you were changing that. Like, we've been through some shit. I can be a mean motherfucker. I could take it out and I ain't trying to do that. Mm-hmm. God bless you. Let's prosper. Like, I want to see you do good. Fuck it. Even if you're a person that did me wrong in the past, like, fuck you. Fuck you, but I don't want no bad shit. Go and do your thing.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting to tell her. My other kids are too young still. They don't fuck. My one daughter would be like, really? What's that, Nina?
It's the perfect time to tell her.
My son Coco would just go, like, yeah, he does this fucking thing where he yells, man. He's like, he thinks it's communicating with me. It's the craziest thing. I'll try to do it real quick. He's like, I can't do it as loud as he does it, but it's like piercing. And then I look at him all funny, and he's like, but that's like my when I see my kids, dude, and like, that's when I know my purpose. And like my wife too, because that's all a part of it. Like she's like my person. Like she's been there when we don't have nothing to when everything's good, and she's still there. You know, when we started out, it's been a long ride, and then we're on our third kid. Fuck was I thinking? But you know what I mean, blessings. But like when I see my daughter, she's like so smart, dude. And when I get the notes on like the report card, like shout out to my daughter Lenny, all A's since she started like preschool. She's in 2nd grade. Like even though it's like elementary school, she's still doing good. But like to read the little notes like, hi, your daughter is like the kindest, most beautifulest girl. She helps me with this. She makes sure all the other kids get their work done. Like she like picks up on like the traits that I.
Yeah.
So who knows? Hopefully the other two get that too.
Yeah, that's.
But we're all here
makes
for
you
a
feel
reason.
good.
That's why like you're here, bro. Even though like it's unfortunate, you know what I mean? I want you one day just to pop up and like start pissing on us and be like, I can walk again.
He says start
You know what
pissing
I
on
mean?
us.
But it might not happen.
I can't wait till Max walks
You know
again
what
and
I mean?
tries peeing on
I'm
me.
not
I'm going
a
to slap
mirror
the shit out of him
That's what
real
I'm
quick.
saying. But even if the chance that it don't happen, like I wasn't the 1% chance for me to survive, you know, the happens. But if not, you're still here to inspire a lot of people, bro. Just the fact that you get up every day and make sure you just, fuck, dude, look at it. You're on camera, HD cameras, doing your shit.
Bro, there is people out here with podcasts that are jealous with the guests we bring in, bro. Like, they could barely get any guests at any time, and we're getting them bitches. We got to schedule motherfuckers, Max.
I love it that you said that because I didn't want to bring this up, but like when you search your name up on YouTube, you first see Jordan Lucas and you know his bullshit song, and then you see the Barracks interview, but then you see Life to the
Number 3.
Max podcast.
3's my
interview.
favorite number
Three times
anyway.
a charm.
I got shot 3 times.
Oh, I
3, 2, 1, our birthday. I got 3 kids. Run it
3, 2,
3,
1.
3, baby, 3. That's
Yeah.
that's a good number.
No, and it's amazing, and we get like comments, and like people are just like super happy you're doing okay, you know.
Speaking of our YouTube, tell the motherfuckers to subscribe, bro.
Yeah, subscribe to his channel,
Tell
man.
them this. Go ahead, Max. Tell them right now.
Bump up the
This
fucking
is-
subscribers.
This is Life to the Max podcast. You can search us on all platforms when it comes to streaming platforms, and we have a YouTube channel called Life to the Max podcast. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Please comment. We love reading your feedback, and you know.
Yeah,
And
good,
hit the bell. Hit that bell. Get the notifications on your phone.
Yeah.
good comments or bad comments. It's all fucking let it happen, you know?
Yeah, it's entertaining.
This was Ross Capicchioni. He was back for part 2. It was great. I had a good time.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Oh, yeah. Now take your ass back to Michigan.
Yeah.
No, we'll
Take
be
some
there.
water with you.
We'll be there.
This guy is silly over here, dude. After we get off the
Call me a
podcast,
crybaby.
If Eric gets suplexed to this table, no one get mad.
Then I'll have a story to tell.
Yeah,
I'll have a
for
near-death experience, too.
Yeah, besides some dog shit on someone's lip. No, man, it's all love. I appreciate being here. This is like a podcast like I want to be. I like being on it. I'm not a really big being on the fucking public shit. Like I like to be, like I want everyone to know I'm thankful for everyone that supports like my shit and like is always like showing love. And then to the people that don't like it, it's like, well, I'm sorry, dude. I'm not trying to like do anything I'm just doing my shit, man. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm destined to do. This all happens organically. You hit me up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I drove out to you guys,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? There's no other like, oh, I need a driver to come get me. You know what I mean? If something comes up, I hit you guys up. You're like, yeah, what up, dude? You want some lunch? You need some gas, whatever.
Yeah.
And that's how it should be. Especially if I say, hey, I want to do an interview with you guys. Will you come to Michigan? And I'm going to be like,
Yeah.
yeah, get your own gas. Fuck you for your time. No, don't come to my house. You know, it's like some
Bring
people.
your own ramps for Max to get
Yeah,
into place.
fuck you. Do your own thing. You know what I mean? Some people act like that.
It's like Omar here. He has tagged us in like all of his shit ever since like I asked him. I was like, hey man, would you mind tagging us? And like, I'll buy you some SBs every now and then. And then like
Some real shit. I'm just on a social media. Like I can edit videos and I like do my like business shit, but like even like for my homies, like they probably say like, why doesn't he share? It's like, dude, I don't even think about it. I'm just, I like it. I'm like got like my 10 minutes to scroll through, then it's something pops up. But no, dude, that's sick that you're hooking up people that support, you know what I mean? That's what I try to do. Like when I created my business, I didn't want to like make a business where if I hired my friends, it wasn't like I hired them to like just work for me to slave. It's like we're building something where like we can fall back on it and like collect money from it. Like life's like not all about money. I've been dirt poor, you know what I mean? I'm not rich right now, but it's like to have a good setup for your, like for me, it's not about me. I fuck the money for me. It's for my kids. I want my kids set up so they have a little leg up. I have a good life. Obviously, we all grew up with good lives. We're fortunate, you know what I mean? I want to give my kids just a little extra. Not saying because my parents were great parents. Shout out to my parents. They're awesome. They made me, you know what I mean? But I'm just in another lane where I'm like trying to like, here, Lenny, me and these guys did a podcast 20 years ago, and now here you go. You got my little fucking share of it. You know what I mean?
Man,
and
we were just talking about this yesterday. I was like, bro, if we died, like the people got like over 60 hours to listen to us. Like we're going to live in
that's like if. You got a long more time to fucking create a lot of more shit. That's what I'm saying. Then like when like, you know, one day you might have some kids, you know what I mean? And shit might get different for you where something happens to you. And it's like, fuck it doing it for us now. Now we're going to do it for the future. So it lives on. So this life to the max keeps going with someone. Oh yeah. It doesn't just stop. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
And you own it. It's not like, you know, it's like, I try to tell, like, my number one supporter is my buddy Cody. He works for me, and he gets paid from his skateboarding, so he technically doesn't have to, like, do cement work. But he's told me countless times, I'll help you for free. I want you to get these jobs done. You have kids. I support that. I'll work for you for free. Like, technically, I still owe him some money for a job. I just haven't got paid from the people yet. Yeah. So it's like, and he knows that, like, what am I going to do? Take from his daughter's fucking big piggy bank, you know, and he knows. And he's been there when he's like, yo, can you pay me for the day? You know, I don't have much money right now. It's like, no problem. So it's like, I feel like that's how you guys are. It's like, no matter what, just ask. I got you. Even if it sounds crazy or it's like not like you feel like a bum or whatever. Because a lot of our friends in our circle do have like a problem with that shit. They like care about too much of like. Dude,
yesterday you were tripping about like money or something, and I was like, dude, just send him the fucking money.
We didn't even talk about it. We just reacted the same at the same time.
Well, that's what I said. Because I like transferred like out of my like, you know, it's wintertime. I'm not doing cement work. So I had to transfer money from like my retirement. It takes a couple days. So it's like when I woke up yesterday and it didn't hit yet, I'm like, damn, dude, it takes like $400 in gas to get there and back, plus the tolls. I'm like, what the hell am I going to do? You know, so thankfully you guys helped me out to get me here. I appreciate it this time. First time, it was good. It was warmer out. I was like, yo, I'll be there.
You know what? This episode is about storytelling. It's about camaraderie. It's about teamwork. It's about brotherhood. It's about support.
It's all about support. You got to be there for the people that care about you, bro. That's what I learned too, like with the work. Like I'm not making hundreds of millions where I can be like, hey, I'll pay you salary to not do shit just because I got to spend money. You know what I mean? Like give everyone a crazy title. Like you're director of operations, John, and he doesn't even know nothing about concrete, but I got to pay that $200,000 a year out. But Cody's like the only one that like I gave the shot to a couple people, and the pay is fair for especially like what the amount of work they do. You know what I mean? Like, and it's always different. Like the more they help, the more I offer. But like out of like 4 of our friends, he's the only one that still hits me up and says like, hey dude, like I'll work with you, dude. Even if like I don't even down the road, like if I don't want to skate anymore, I like working with you. I like even if we do something else, like when we get together, it's the vibe. It's like our skate mentality. It's like the hustle. But it doesn't matter if it's like, that's another thing about some of our friends. It's like, it's only got to be skateboard related. Fuck that. Sometimes it don't work. He's the only one that's a professional skateboarder. I'm not anymore. Let's mix the powers and something else. You know what I mean? And you should see, I'm not going to be good at concrete, dude. I'm not strong, bro. This motherfucker can work, bro. This guy's a strong, good worker. I wouldn't have been able to
He's
do.
Mexican.
Oh, for sure. Shout out. No, for sure.
You got 2 Mexicans behind him. They're over there sharpening some blades.
Hold the way. No, but it doesn't even matter if it was concrete. It could be a different job. It could be fucking helping me clean up fucking garbage off the side of the road. If it was something I was doing and I needed help, he's there, and that's why I will look out for him in life.
Right.
Even if it's not even concrete related. Something happens with the podcast. I make a fucking movie. I make a hit fucking mixtape. You know what I mean? Whatever. Yeah. It's like the people that were there, because he's always offered me too. Like, shout out to him, dude. I meant to say this. Like, when I had to pay him for the job, he said, you can pay me whenever, and on top of that, if you need any money, let me know. Nice. I'm like, wow, dude, like, look at me, I owe you money, and you're offering me to give me more money and don't even want none of it back. Very nice. Coming from a long time where, like, we fucking be fighting over who's putting 5 on the pizza. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Those are the friends that we need to keep close. Yo, you know the drill. Look at your motherfucking camera. Say your name.
This one?
Yeah, and say you're living life to the max.
Sure.
And leave a message to the people if you want.
For sure. Hey, this is Ross Capicchioni, and I'm living life to the max. Shout out Max and Eric. And just be positive every day. Be thankful for what you got. Don't be thinking about what you don't have, because that shit will keep you fucking backwards, bro.
There we go. Man, we were recording for so long. His face was lit in the beginning of the episode. The sun went down, and now we're in the dark. But that's okay. That's all right.
How long we been recording for? Like 2 hours?
1 hour and 41 minutes.
Running, baby.